Welcome back to our ISM 280 Skills Review video series. This video is for Assignment 3. Sometimes the data that you get is organized in one way, for example with the years in the columns, and the labels and the data are in your rows. What you want is the data in the columns with headers and the years to be represented as rows. Excel has a feature called Paste Special Transpose to help you. Highlight the data that you want to transpose, Control-C to copy, click into an open cell with enough space to expand your data, right-click, and choose the Paste options. For this, you'll see it gives you previews. For this one, we're going to use Paste Transpose, which has the arrows, one across and one down. When you click on that, you should have your values flipped. You'll notice that when you cut and pasted the information, that you have numbers with the letter B representing billions. Once you've adjusted your headers per the assignment instructions to reflect that the values are in billions, you no longer need to have the B in each individual cell. So there's some ways to do this. One, you could manually go and delete out each B one by one, and you'll notice that Excel automatically flips it to a number. Or you can go and highlight the cells that you're interested in, and you can use a feature in Excel called Find and Replace. So I'm going to go over to the Home tab. I have under the Editing tile, Find and Select, I'm going to go to Replace. And I'm going to find anything that's got a B in it, and I'm going to replace it with nothing. So I'm going to find the next one. You'll see that it highlights that cell as being found. I'm going to replace it. It automatically jumps to the next one. Replace it. I can click on that 13 more times, or I can simply click Replace All. And when I click on Replace All, it tells us that it's done. You've made 13 replacements. And now all of our numbers have the B's removed, and Excel automatically interprets that, what used to be a text value, as a number. Sometimes your header values are long, and you may want them to take up 2 lines instead of spreading out your data to accommodate the maximum width of the header values. Excel has a feature called Wrap Text, allowing us to highlight the columns that we're interested, or the cells that we're interested in. Clicking on Wrap Text, when we wrap text, you'll notice that it automatically expands so that all of the text is visible. Looking at this, I've decided that I don't like the 3 lines. I would rather only have 2 lines, so I'm going to expand that out a little bit. And then I can click on the line over here to right size my column headings in terms of the row height. With your data in a true Excel table structure, you have some table designs features to be able to help you. Highlight your entire table. You'll see the Table Design tab appears. Clicking on that, we're going to click on Total Row. Total Row can be used to quickly perform summary functions, such as adding up the values, or sum, or getting an average, or more advanced features like min or max values. For our purposes today, we are going to use the average formula. So I click on average, and now that gives us the average across the values. By dragging the handle here at the lower right hand corner, I can choose to expand the formula. Excel is smart enough to autofill that across, and now we have the average values across all of these. When you look at this, you're going to see a structure you don't yet know, but subtotal is how Excel does this. 101 represents an average. If we were to change that to a 109, that would represent the sum. As you do your assignment, don't forget to change your label from total to the correct value for this, which would be average. At this point, your formula inside the table seems like it has some extra stuff. You're no longer looking at cell references like C79 or B79. Rather, Excel is using the column headers, capital expenditure, and net operating cash flow as parts of the formulas. The @ sign means within this same table, because you can have multiple tables on a given tab inside of an Excel worksheet. As your instructions say, you're going to have to deal with turning the negative percentage into a positive percentage. So to do that, we'll simply go and put a minus in front of our formula. We hit enter, and Excel automatically assumes we want to do that across the entirety of the table. If you don't use the format as table value, you will see that all of your references inside of your formulas are the traditional row and column values. Working with the total row feature in Excel tables is easy, but you should always sanity check your numbers using your brain. If you're not sure about the formulas in a particular cell, you can click into the total row cell value. Using the little pull down, confirm this is the average. We're looking for averages. Over here I'm looking for averages as well. This number doesn't seem quite right. It looks like the average could not be greater than 258. So let's go look at the formula, and indeed somehow my formula got off. That's the sum instead of the average. We'll click to average. Now that's looking good. That's making sense to my brain.